Welcome to the first in a new series of videos called An Interview With. On this particular occasion we're talking to Vanessa Ford from Music Makers, an interesting project on the south coast of England that is having huge impact in terms of the lives of those who have children of early years age. I hope you'll enjoy it. If you do, give us a thumbs up. Any comments that you'd like to make, please put them in the comments section below. And we'll put in the list of notes the contact details, how you can find out more information so that you can think about whether Music Makers is right for your church as a new project. Enjoy. So welcome, Vanessa. It's great to have you with us this morning. Tell us a little bit about Music Makers. How did it start?
Music Makers started really in the year 2000 as a toddler group, really, where we did a little bit of singing and a bit of craft. We've never advertised, it's always word of mouth. And now we have 7 groups a week, 175 people coming.
Wow, that's absolutely amazing. So when you started, how big was it when you started?
Well, we started originally with 15 mums.
Okay, and obviously one session.
One session, yeah, and then a few more people wanted to come and we didn't have enough room, so we added a session, and then it happened again and we added a session, and it happened again and we added another session, and so we've got to sort of 7 sessions now, so we sort of do it 3 days a week really, and we've got a waiting list of about 90.
So why do you think it's so popular? What is it about it that's caught the imagination, presumably of those in your community?
Yeah, majority of the people in the community, some people come from a little bit further away, but not many. Most of the people are in the community. We limit our numbers per group to 25. We realise that any more than that, and it becomes that you don't really get to know people.
Okay.
And also it can become quite cliquey, and so we sort of limit the numbers to 25, and then that gives people a chance to know each other and become a community. Really, it's enough people that you can make it into their own little communities as well.
Yes. Okay. And you were mentioning to me earlier that you talked about pastoral care. So the deepening of relationships is actually quite fundamental to you. How do you go about that? How do you develop the relationships?
Just being honest, just being yourself, really. You know, we run it as a church, and all the people that help are from the church. They know that we're from the church. We promote things that the church do, you know, like Messy Church and things like that.
Okay.
And we sponsor a child through compassion, and so we just sort of. It's nice, really, because when we do half an hour of music and singing together, and then we have a coffee time and then free play. And while the children are free playing, that's when you really can get to talk to people.
Okay, yeah.
And it's great because, you know, like people will be chatting about different situations, and quite often I've sort of gone into these chats and you're chatting along and that, and they'll ask you your opinion, and it's great because you can say, well, actually, maybe my opinion is slightly different because I come from a church, and I've been involved in this church family, and so we've not had these same problems, or we've had different problems. So yeah, it's just about deepening the relationship.
So it makes natural evangelism, natural mission really easy as you build the relationships.
Yeah, I'm really into friendship evangelism, and I mean, the more you get to know people, the more you've got to be genuine. You can't be false. And so, yeah, it's just about building friendships. I mean, you know, you get to know a lot of people.
Yes. And have you found, because this is bound to be a question that people will ask, you know, have you found that people have migrated into other groups in the church and into the church itself? Yeah,
we've had quite a few people come into the church. I mean, you know, for us, it's not, because we do Messy Church, and we see Messy Church as a congregation.
Okay.
And so quite often you get people on a Sunday that will say, oh, we haven't seen many people come into a Sunday service. Well, actually, they come to Messy Church, which is a congregation.
Yes.
And so for us, we do encourage them to come to Messy Church.
Okay.
Some, over the years, have come into Sunday Church.
Yes.
And that's been great, and they've been really actively involved, and they're now actually, a lot of them are actually helpers in Music Makers.
Okay, fantastic. And you run Messy Church in the week?
Messy Church is the first Saturday of every month.
Okay. So there's a natural link in and a flow through. That's really interesting.
And a lot of our youth work in the church, we cover right from year R, right the way through to when they leave school.
Yes.
And so it's a natural feeder for us. So when our children leave Music Makers in a few weeks' time, we give them leaflets about our Kids Club Mini, which is the next one on.
So those little steps and those little connections are actually really important, aren't they? So I hope you enjoyed that little interview with Vanessa Ford, where she gave us a taster of what Music Makers is all about. If you'd like more information, I'll put the links in the details below, and you can make contact with her. The wonderful thing about Vanessa is she's holding it in an open hand. She wants other churches to get involved and begin to develop music makers for themselves. you.